I asked him a question about sickness, because many of the devotees in my party were getting worn down and sick, and there was some notion going around that because we interacted, in a sense, intimately with many secular people with bad habits in a non-devotional, at least overtly context. We were dressed in secular clothing and meet someone on the street and shake their hand or pat them on the back and they blow smoke in your face, and so there's some type of intimate exchange in and around the context of preaching, but sometimes it wasn't so overtly that, and we were booksellers in people's minds. And at any rate, I asked that if, because we're getting some of them getting sick, maybe they're taking some karma from the people. And Prabhupada, he came back pretty strongly to me on that occasion, saying that you can never become infected by anything by performing Sankirtan. Others will be, their infection will be counteracted. You cannot become implicated. So this is the real principle of accepting service. Their reactions shouldn't so much show up on you. They should become purified of those reactions.
Well, after a couple of paintings where the proportions were wrong, he taught me a system. He gave me some instructions on how to make the painting more accurate. And that was called the grid system. And he taught me about, say, the pictures in the glass. The picture always that he gave me was in a frame with glass. So you, with some kind of marker or paintbrush, you divide the picture in half, and then those two in half, and those two in half. So you get 16 lines across and 16 lines down. And so I would, instead of trying to do the whole picture at once, you just do one box at a time. And that's how it came out more accurate. And the first painting I did like that was a painting of his Guru Maharaj, which he gave me. And he had a little bit long hair and a beard also. And I was surprised because Prabhupada was a spiritual master and he was clean-shaven. So he told me that for 4 months of the year called Chaturmasya, where devotees did austerity, he didn't shave at that time. And that was the painting I did.
I remember coming to his room. At that time, I was appointed, Prabhupada, in Vrindavan, Prabhupada heard that they wouldn't give us the permit to put the building up in Bombay. So he had asked Balavanta what we should do, and Balavanta said that we should do civil disobedience like Lord Chaitanya. And so Prabhupada said, good. So then he demanded that all the devotees that were here from all over the world should come to Bombay and start preaching and do Sankirtan and civil disobedience. I remember he was very proud of Balavanta. He said, just see this man's intelligence. Just see how intelligent he is. He has understood. Prabhupada was very appreciative that he immediately came up with a spiritual solution. So we all went, everybody, all the Australian devotees, all the European devotees, all the American devotees, all the African devotees, everybody went to Bombay right after the Vrindavan festival. And there we were in Bombay. And my job, I was given the responsibility to go to speak with the ministers in order to get the products, the food. We were going to get food from America shipped into India to distribute to the people. So I was requested to go and speak with the different government officials to arrange permits for that. And then I was told to also collect donations of food and money so we could distribute prasadam to the public. And so that was what I did. And every day when I came home, I had to go all the way downtown on the train and come all the way back. When I came home in the evening, Prabhupada awaited my report. So, what is the news of today? So I said, well, I went and I collected $1,500 from this man, and rupees, 1,500 rupees from this man, and collected the sacks of grain from this person, and this and that. And very good, very good. He was always pleased to see any progress that we made. And then he would ask me about the ministers whom I had spoken to and what I had done. One day I actually got to speak to the chief minister of the state of Maharashtra. And he was very pleased. He was just beaming that, here my American disciples are speaking with the highest government officials and arranging for so many things to be done. He really appreciated how resourceful we were and how adamant we were and tenacious about serving our spiritual master and getting to see all the different people that were involved. And he would praise me for my accomplishments, and I always felt so, good that, I was doing my spiritual master's work. And I remember one incident in which he had given me money to put in the bank. He gave me the bank form and the money. So I just took the money in the bank form and I put it in either my pocket or my bag, and he said, "Don't you count it?" So I said, "Well, you gave me the money, Srila Prabhupada." He said, "No. Whenever giving or taking money, always count." And I was thinking about, this was just like, a mundane affair in one sense. But yet it was Krishna's money, which was very important to Srila Prabhupada. But his point was that you never know what could happen. And so he felt like it wasn't just in matters of spiritual that he was training us. He was training us in mundane matters as well. He felt that all of the, we were on one level educated, but on another level totally uneducated about the practicalities of the material world.
And he was very tolerant with my lack of any kind of consciousness, what to speak of Krishna consciousness. It was a very old picture, you can imagine if it was a picture of his Guru Maharaj. And so the details weren't clear. So in my painting, I didn't paint fingernails. And he brought it to my attention. I said, "Well, I didn't see them." A dumb answer. And he said, "All right." As, like I was saying something very intelligent. But everybody knows what fingernails look like. So he was very, very patient and tolerant. But then, of course, I realized that I should put them on. And then, as the painting was coming to an end, I painted white tilak because the picture was black and white. And our tilak was also white because there was no Gopi Chandan at that time. So we all used fuller's earth, which one of the devotees bought at some hardware store. And so he told me to make the tilak yellowish and also to make a bright garland. And not to put a halo around him. Perhaps I'd already put one, and he said not to put one. And then on a small piece of paper, which subsequently he did for many paintings after that, he would write in his own handwriting on a small, long piece of paper the mantra of that particular painting. So he wrote the pranam mantra of his Guru Maharaj and told me to write that at the bottom. And then when it was completely finished, he made a big announcement. There was maybe 10 devotees in his room, and he said, "You have brought me Vaikuntha." Although he had brought us Vaikuntha, he said that.